Hello, fellow preppers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Be prepared. Be very prepared. If you've been following the news this week, you'd almost think that all hell broke loose. Some crazy guy, I guess was on drugs, running around naked, eats the face off a homeless guy. I mean, you really got to wonder about the world. And let's see, in some of the major cities, what was it, Chicago, Detroit, over the Memorial Day weekend, something like 10 shootings. Not to mention, over in Europe, looks like Greece just might default on the debt. And then if that happens, it looks like Spain might be the next domino in the chain. And then you could just kiss the euro goodbye. I mean, you saw what happened with the stock markets after the government came out with the jobs number on Friday. And then they revised last month's number. We all know they tell lies. I already did a video about that. And you don't need the government to tell you what the economy's doing. You really don't. You can just take a look around and see for yourself. The point of this is, if you're a prepper, it's time to be prepared. Because you don't know what could happen. I doubt if somebody's going to try and eat your face, but the rest of the world the way it is, you could be a victim of circumstances. You could get attacked by a two-legged predator. Something could happen with your job. You might not have it. Something could happen to the country where stock market plummets, people go crazy. Supply chains get cut off or dry up. You just have to wonder about this. But beyond wonder, you have to take action. You have to be prepared. Stock up the pantry. Get the tools that you need. Get the other supplies that you need. Have a few cans of gasoline around. And on that subject, oil prices, crude oil has been dropping. I think I heard $88 a barrel. Meanwhile, gasoline prices are staying the same, if not higher. What's that tell you? Think about it. What does that tell you? What it tells me is that they charge what they want to charge. Does it have anything to do with supply and demand? I mean, really, does it have anything to do with supply and demand? That's what they teach you in schools. And in theory, that's the way it works. But in reality, people set the price. And if you want it, you pay the price. Period. And if nobody buys it, they have a choice. They can sit on it and wait for somebody to buy it, or they lower the price. Now, when it comes to gasoline, if you owned an oil company, you know people need gasoline. How are they going to get to work? How are they going to take their kids to soccer games, or baseball games, or football games, or art classes, or ballet classes? You know people are going to burn that fossil fuel we call oil. So unless there's some huge discovery of oil or an alternative energy source, there's really no reason to drop the price. They could just keep they could just keep the price going up. I don't know where you live, but I would wager there's probably an intersection within maybe 10, 20, 30 miles of where you live where there's some competing gas stations. And one station has its price 10 cents or more higher than the other station. And they leave it there. How do they stay in business? I mean, wouldn't smart money buy gas that's cheaper? It's basically the same gas. It works the same in your car. What's the reason you would pay $4.20 a gallon if you could go across the street and pay $4.10? Well, The only reason I could think of off the top of my head would be if you had a gas card, say for Chevron, and they had the expensive gas, and Shell across the street had cheaper gas, but the Chevron card doesn't work at Shell and you don't have any cash, so maybe that's why you do it. So I just want you to think about these things, and remember, if you fail to prepare today, you're preparing to fail tomorrow.